Hello, and welcome to another edition of The Rhino and the Dude.
I'm the Rhino.
And I'm the Dude.
Life is a dark abyss.
We've been ghosted by a guest.
I guessed he didn't want to be here.
So with this, I mean, we don't know what we're going to do. They no-showed us. They said that we didn't get enough views because you guys didn't like and subscribe to our channel.
They said we weren't handsome enough.
And they said that they're not showing up. Eric, Mr. Rhino, do you think it's time?
I think it's time.
I think it's time to introduce the man behind the curtain.
Sammy. Blammy. Whammy. Get out here, Sam.
Oh, the logic.
This is mine.
Oh, he's got the keyboard.
I got the stuff. Let's see. You can hear the music still?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. I can hear
Watch
the music.
this.
Oh,
Yeah, that was.
It's like he
epic.
knows something.
That was epic.
This is the man behind the curtain. This is the man that makes all the
The guy-
magic happen.
What's up, you guys?
This is the guy we talk to that no one knows who he is. Like when we have those weird conversations where I'm like, yeah, Sam, that's cool.
That's
This is
me.
who I'm talking to.
Yes, I'm real. I'm here.
Someone actually
as-
laughs at those jokes.
As seen when a couple different times, the prime taste.
Yes, I did taste the prime. That was extremely delicious, and I found that was probably a top 5 podcast moment for sure.
Yeah,
I didn't do anything much else.
Anything bomb pot.
No, you saw the tattoo.
I did see Swayze's tattoo.
On a scale of 1 to potato, how ridiculous is that tattoo?
That was pretty potato, man. That was potato o'clock for
Dude, that
sure.
was like cheese
That was
fries,
full
bacon
starch.
cheese fries at that point.
But thanks for having me, you guys. You know, sorry that the sad music had to happen and you got the B-list celebrity here, but
I
you
mean,
know, a person's a person, no matter how small, man. Shout out my man Horton Hears a Who, the legend. That's a classic novel.
There you go.
yeah.
You don't know Dr. Seuss?
That's my
PhD
thing.
Seuss?
That I know Dr. Seuss, but that is my thing. I don't get references. Like how many times?
I just referenced Dr. Seuss.
I know,
Yeah,
but
I
I didn't get the
Horton Hears a Who? You know Horton Hears a Who?
Yeah, it's one of Dr. Seuss's books.
Hey, okay, it's a little
know
deep.
that.
Okay, Eddie, I'm not gonna
know that.
gaslight you. It's a little deep. The quote
I
is a
know.
little deep.
I don't know the quote, but you apparently know the quote.
Man, if you were a true alpha, you wouldn't understand that.
I don't think
Actually,
that's
Top
very
G.
alpha.
Actually, Top G knows
Alphas?
about Dr.
No,
Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
So what's up, you guys? What's going on? How you guys been? You know, it's great being on this side of the frame.
Yeah, we've been planning this out for a little while.
Yeah, we mentioned it like 8 times in the past
Definitely.
like 3 episodes.
Yeah, we have, but here we are.
Yeah. So Sam,
Yes, sir.
give the people some of your background.
Ooh.
Well, give me, honestly.
Yeah,
I
don't know
what
you
to
guys
talk
too well either. I guess a little bit about me. Hi, I'm Sammy, Sammy Garcia. I got involved with this podcast because Eddie knew where I kind of worked at. I'm working at a recording studio currently in Baltimore. Shout out Sheffield. What up? And basically, it's just almost like a trade school too. It teaches audio engineering and it teaches video production and tech AV installation. So it has those classes. So it has that combo, and you called the front desk. I picked up, and you're like, "Do you have anybody who can do this?" And I said, as opposed to sending you somebody who could do the job, I can do the job.
I was like, "Is this guy gonna find me somebody?" And then you're like, "I'm the guy."
I'll just be the guy. So that's kind of how I showed up there. There, I'm doing a lot of the business end things, but my real heart and real passion is entertainment.
Yeah.
I've been in entertainment since I can remember, and most of it is in the vein of comedy and acting, and that has just been my passion since day one. Ever since I've been real small, and so that's just kind of me, you know. Dream to, I guess, big dreams of being in a cartoon or being in a movie, whatever it might be. Broadway, love singing, love musical
Honestly,
theater.
Sammy, I could see you low-key being like animated as a character. in
Yeah,
Recess.
man.
If you remember that show from where kids Recess?
I love Recess.
Yes. With the
What
two
would
kids
his
were
role
digging.
be though?
Yes.
Oh man, I don't know. I feel like Sammy would just be the smart kid out of the group. He'd be like,
Yeah.
See, that's what the narrative you get right now is that I'm the smart kid, like because I'm the tech dude, and I've never been the tech dude, and nor have I ever been the smart kid. You know, you never think of the theater kid in high school and be like, that guy, man, so bright,
No.
such a bright individual.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I am not smart enough.
But
to theater.
I'm also dealing with the MMA guys, and from a guy who's never swung something, I'm getting it from your perspective.
Yeah.
We could have had it real gross, man. Today, man. My ears puffed up a little bit. I don't know if
you got the cauliflower started?
I've had it on my
Yeah,
other
a
ear,
little
but I
bit.
got it like a little bit right here.
Ooh,
You see how
yeah, I
it's,
see
like,
that little
puffing
bump.
up?
Yeah.
Oh my, that
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah, so
I got
I got my needles in the car. We could have drained it here on the show, but I don't know if you're comfortable draining it or not.
What are you're draining?
So I got a little bump right here years and years ago. Never got done.
I see it.
Feel it though.
Oh yeah,
Pinch it.
let me get in there. Oh my.
See how it's like hard?
Oh, it feels like a rock.
Now, the weird thing with me is
that's why
I
you
get
drain it because like
It'll
calcifies.
solidify.
It gets hard.
so the weird thing with
And,
me, like I get it in the same
nasty.
spot. So see my ear here?
Yeah.
See how it like
on the inner ear
comes off?
Yep.
Well, like I don't have like your ear. Like you can put your finger down and it dips down, right? Like right here, that's it. There's no dip downs. You look.
Right,
It's
right,
hard there, but like this
Right.
just happened. Don't
see.
squeeze hard. You see that's
Yeah.
like
Ooh,
soft.
yeah. That,
Oh mama. Ay. That is crazy.
comparing when I saw both, like the
It had
one,
like a give.
but like look at the size of them. Like one's double the other size.
Right.
Like
Which
that's
one's
blown
bigger?
up.
This
Yeah,
one's
the new
bigger.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because when it
But it's
hard,
fresh.
just gets smaller.
It's ready to
It doesn't
get
pop.
milked.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
good.
Yeah, you just gotta
you
poke
stick
a
a needle in it and
Wait,
and
it
pull up.
doesn't pop.
I mean, it can pop, but that's
not good.
That's not good.
Yeah. So what you do is you get a needle, poke it,
Dude,
and just
the
drain
fighting
all the
life,
fluid
man.
out.
That is crazy.
That's the only piece of cauliflower like any ever gotten. And I've been doing this for so long, but like that's the only one I've ever gotten.
So it's like a disease.
notice
What do
it?
you mean you got?
So what
cauliflower?
happens is your ear, the skin works like this, right? So anytime, whether it's getting punched or
Getting pressed
whatever, if the skin goes like this, then it fills up with liquid. Just like if I hit you in the arm or something like that. So it goes like this, and then it fills up with liquid. But
Yum.
our ears don't have natural draining systems like your shoulder does if it fills up with liquid. So that's
Classic shoulder
stays
de-drainer.
there. Yeah, that stays there unless it's drained.
Yeah.
And then even like this was drained, but it it doesn't, a lot of times it doesn't take its same form. Now some people will get it drained out and then they like stitch like cotton swab into the ear and they have stitches through their full ear. I'm not doing that. So my ears,
Like the ears
I'm
like made of cotton swab.
well, I
It's
mean,
got like
not-
Q-tips
it's
built in.
like for I don't know how long, but like I knew like some people have done that. I've never been like. if
Isn't
you're
it
gonna-
supposed to make it so it's less likely to blow up again?
Yeah,
And it
but,
doesn't calcify and leave the bump.
I mean,
Yeah, well, in the world of grappling, like people look at people with cauliflower ears like, oh, that guy's been through it. That guy's trained hard. That guy's because like you see guys, man, some people's ears, it's like
yeah.
their ear looks like it's just like
so it's like a
tomato.
It's like a
blown up.
scar.
Yeah,
So like
Tough
you
guy
know,
thing.
Yeah, it's
Tough
just
guy
like,
stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I mean, it's, but ironically, who gave me this?
Who?
Sean.
Classic Sean. Sean giving people cauliflower
Sean
ear.
Saucer.
So what he was
Brought the
talking about,
sauce.
that he was working when he was like, oh, we're working on that thing from when he get somebody mounted. And like putting this pressure in, he did that to me on like
cut
Monday,
your ear?
and then the next day my ear like was swollen up. I was like, man,
So you're still fighting.
no, just training,
Just training.
just training,
Yeah, just training.
just rolling,
How's that? How's
not
that?
fighting.
So, think about fighting as like competition.
Okay, so you're no longer competing.
no,
You are
just
training to
the
maybe
gym.
get a higher belt? Question mark.
Learn
If that
stuff,
happens
enjoy
along the
it,
way.
have fun.
yeah. I mean,
What's the purpose? Why are we here?
why are we here?
This is a podcast.
No, so why are you training?
This is what every person asks themselves at some point. Why am I doing this?
No, so why are you guys training?
I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, I just enjoy it.
So it's almost like, let's say, can we compare it to like archery? Like I'm grinding archery. Like I'm trying to be the best archer.
you really?
No, I'm not. Who is
Hawkeye,
grinding
chill
archery?
out.
So it's just like someone
Somebody.
who's like,
Somebody's doing
they saw-
curling out
they
there.
saw Lord of the Rings and they said Legolas is my guy, and they wanted to practice and they just get a rush.
Sam.
Is that similar to what you guys are doing?
I just love the
Are you trying-
Legolas is my guy statement.
Are you trying to tell us that you're one of these guys that shows up in the park like
Is he playing
Role
Punch Bowl in the
models.
park? Oh, LARPers?
LARPers.
Yo,
Dude, first
the
off,
LARPing scene in that
don't
movie
you
is
be
awesome.
disrespecting LARPers, man.
I kind of want to do it.
Dude, LARPing is
I think-
nice.
I feel like if you got in character, you would have so much fun.
Yeah, but see, I
would
just
love
don't
to
see
do
the
it.
appeal.
I just don't think that they would accept me. I don't think
You know,
I would
I
be
feel like
accepted.
I feel like you'd like also your like fake foam sword. You'd have like a rocket in it or something.
Right.
Be like,
no, I wouldn't do it
No, I
like that.
definitely see the appeal in LARPing, live action role play for the normal people who are listening.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Like LARPing sounds like
more disgusting? More,
yeah, it sounds like a disgusting.
LARPing sounds like something
thing.
bad's happening.
No, but
It sounds like the like the peeping Tom is like he's LARP. Like
hey, yo.
Someone take this guy out.
Yeah,
What the-
I see the
Whoa.
appeal in LARPing. I don't see how training could be fun. It's the same thing. I just described somebody getting better at the craft of archery, and you guys kind of had a gag reflex action, right?
I was
But it's the
physically, like, not
same,
happy with it.
right? But it's the same thing,
same
right? You're
thing.
just trying to get better at something. Isn't that the same tickle?
oh yeah, I mean yeah.
Or
I
is it
mean,
you're saying you're being healthier? It's part in case you got to fight someone outside Outback Steakhouse. Like, is it kind of have other elements?
Yeah.
to it?
Yeah, don't talk about the Outback Steakhouse Fight Club.
Oh,
Okay?
classic. Right. I didn't
When
mean
they
to.
don't
I
give
didn't
me
mean
that
to
bloomin'
bring it up.
onion, they get one of these.
Definitely. Definitely.
And then
One of my
that
first stand-up
That
jokes
punch.
was about Outback Steakhouse. It's a classic joke. You ready for this? It's a classic.
Okay.
I have an Outback. Does it? Okay. Okay, I'm done. Okay. I forget how I worded it, and it's going to be just as bad as I'm about to word it now. But it was one of the first jokes I wrote. Can you use an Outback Steakhouse gift card anywhere in Australia? That's the classic. Yes. Applause. Thank you. Netflix special. Thank you. And then
you'll do better than Brendan Schaub. And by the way, I've
I
been
was about
told.
to say he would do better than Amy Schumer.
Oh yeah.
Hey, yo, name dropping. But what's,
I've been told that our show is already better than Brendan Schaub's
Wait, who is this?
Fighter and the Kid. Somebody that cringed me. He's like, dude, you guys are already better than that guy.
Ooh,
Yeah.
but
Coming for you,
wasn't-
Brendan.
it wasn't your best friend Starfish.
No, it wasn't him.
Okay.
but does MMA have this like, or just training, fighting have this kind of more than just getting better at a skill aspect to it? Is like the
Yeah.
community? Is
Yeah,
it
there's
like,
a community to it. I mean, it's it's
I feel
definitely
like
a community.
everything you do.
I find
builds
it's
a
so,
community.
it blows. It's not like a casual hobby that you guys are doing. It's engulfing your life. You know what I'm saying? It is what you guys
Yeah.
do.
It's engulfing our ears.
It is a
Your
huge.
ears have been
You put your
damaged.
body at risk, and frankly, archery is sounding a lot better than getting beat up every day.
Sammy's online like googling while we're talking. He's like low key googling bows and arrows.
Right.
Lost.
Becoming
He's got, like, starter
Legolas
sets.
is way better than becoming Joe Rogan, man.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, archery. Though, I mean, I don't knock it because some people like I would want to become good at archery, like hunting deer with a bow. That's
Yeah, bow hunting
archery.
sounds cool.
You know. So,
I feel like though everything.
but like
has a
if I'm just
community.
hitting a target,
yeah.
But is that not what you're doing in MMA, man? You're just trying to get better at hitting the target, trying to get better
but
at
it's
getting
a-
the guy tapped.
it's but it's I'm
Trying to
you
get
know,
his-
it's a
bite his
game,
ear off or
It's
whatever.
it's really a game of chess.
his ear
So
off.
like I do this.
A
playing
game of
chess in the
chess.
body.
That's what we're comparing it to.
But it is. That's what it is.
Really?
man.
Yeah, think about it
Because-
like this way: if my hands are my pawns, my feet are my knights, I gotta adjust them to get to either your neck, which would be your king, or like get your arm, your elbow, and your joint. And I guess I'm technically
So
thinking
is
this at the
there
same
a
example.
way?
At the same time, everything that he's trying to do, there's a defense to it. So I'm defending, and then he has to either counter that, or I, defend and can
Gotcha.
put him into something else. So it is, at the lowest level, coming in, yeah, you might just go out there and do one pass,
and-
one submission, done. But then once you get with a better guy, you're going to try for that one pass, and he's going to shut that down. So now, all right, I got to change
run
it
me
up.
through shut it down. So I'm coming for you, and I'm, let's say, a standard attack, classic, the Puma subversion, the classic opening when you go into an MMA fight. And I'm coming for your neck, right? So, like, what is shutting it down?
So are you saying that you're just going to go like
Yeah, that's what I would do.
You're chasing us like this.
Right.
It's just
I'm going to be like, Eddie.
Well, that you might just get armbarred if you're just
Okay, what's
like,
an arm bar?
so
like
you're using your
arm
body
is
to take your arm and hyperextend the elbow. So I'm bending the elbow this way by pushing up
Yes.
on the
Yeah.
elbow
Look.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
down
yeah.
on the wrist.
this. So like essentially.
Whoa! Oh, it is not. So what does that do? Oh, I got
break your arm.
I can move. Oh, you're breaking my arm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
That,
yo!
it wouldn't be that. Like that was not an armbar, but that is the motion.
That's the motion that would you
but
create.
you could
So
easily
if
get
you
out
see
of that.
me, so then I'd be like this, and you'd be like, "Nah, son, I'm finna break your arm as a defensive."
Potentially, if you now when you just did, you actually went like this. So you
I'm
might
smart
be-
like that, right?
You might be
I'm
all right.
pretty instinctive.
That's, good for not getting armbar. But if you went like this, now your arm is straight out. Now depending on what
And then
position
you're like,
you're in,
bop.
yeah, you throw your legs up and
Oh, the classic.
yeah, the legs would go here.
the
and you
legs
still
up
keep together.
motion.
So the realistic version to do it is I want to try to create as much pressure coming up here as much
course.
coming down here. So I'll put my hips here and put my legs over your face and push up with my hips and pull down.
So are you
with my
guys
arms
like
with my
eating each
chest.
other's nuts like constantly? Is that happening?
Just like that. Just like-
I mean, I feel like you come into contact without realizing it.
yeah, I feel like the more you do it, the less the nut thing becomes like.
Yeah.
to
Like
pay attention to.
right. So like it's like locker rooms. You know, like you know, there's just naked
Yeah,
dudes,
sooner or
classic
later,
naked dudes.
You
What's
go to
up?
the gym
What's up,
long
Mr.
enough,
Johnson?
You see that those like 60-year-old men at the gym naked in the locker room. You're like, yeah, I don't
dab
care about
them
it
up,
anymore.
right? You
You're
dab
like,
them up.
What's up, Mr. Johnson?
You say
How's the accounts going? Oh, selling? Let's go, baby.
Yeah,
How
you-
your stonks?
Right.
Your stonks good. How's the farm,
and
Johnny?
the sausage is out of the casing for sure. It's just great. It's just more reps, I guess.
Them old men are territorial too.
Dude, those
what I
old men
imagine.
though,
They're-
man, when you get to that age, man, you don't care.
But
You just
no,
walk
I
around like
remember
that?
when
More
we
power
used
to
to
you.
live together. I would go in the morning and swim at the YMCA in Towson, and
In Towson? I thought you went in one in Bel Air.
no, because I worked in
Oh,
Pikesville,
yeah,
Very important detail.
so I would ride down 695 and go there, and then once I was done, I'd just go to Pikesville. Anyway, one day I used one of the old men's lockers that didn't have his name on it.
Money.
Yeah, but he was
Classic.
mad. He was like, "You young people," and then the other guys were like, they were like, "Don't worry about him." But this guy was so mad at me because I used his locker.
I don't see the appeal, and maybe I just need to try the forbidden fruit for myself.
Well,
You gotta drag
yeah.
you in the gym with me one day. Just make you do.
No,
no, I see a huge appeal in working out for sure.
no,
but-
we're gonna give you the full experience. We're gonna have like an
My
Ultimate
ear
Fighters
will look
type
absolutely
thing.
gross.
I don't know how long.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
oh,
is it, what is it? I hear the word gi a lot. Is that like an outfit?
Yeah, it's an. It's
So think about like the karate.
Oh yeah, it's a
outfit you wear.
Karate Kid, right?
Yeah, it's like that, but like for jiu-jitsu, it's thicker.
So it's like armor.
You can grab it. No,
No, it's like so I can grab on it and pull it. and
What?
Rip.
How's that like not a foul? Are there fouls?
That's but we're both allowed to do it.
because it comes from.
oh,
because-
so I can bring out a
grab yours
knife,
and you can
and
grab
I
mine.
can bring
No,
out a
no,
knife,
no,
and then
you-
we both
yeah.
can bring out a knife, so
Well, you know
it's
what,
fine.
If we're in the street,
Well,
that's fine.
Jiu-jitsu comes from judo originally, and then so judo comes from Japan, and judo was made to train common day with the clothing of the day,
Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, so the clothing the yeah, sure, whatever that means.
Look at the nunchucks and the lore, the karate lore, like all the
Yeah.
the karate lore or the weapons used in karate are like classic
Yes.
Japanese farm tools.
Yes, so
I'm not
essentially,
that far off.
so essentially,
Just like Teenage
yeah,
Mutant Ninja
the common clothes of the day was something that would look like a
Oh.
gi. So they,
So that's part of the culture.
Yeah,
it's
so-
like beating.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
So you had, you see that they wear the coats that
Right.
cross over each
Yes,
other,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
they
yeah,
wear a
yeah,
belt.
Yeah.
It's if you look at it, it is what a gi is. So in judo, they would train self defense, but everybody wore that. So I can grab his coat here and I can grab his
Right.
coat there.
So now it's a part
That's
of
how
the
it
culture.
became. And now, hundreds of years later, we still wear a gi, which is kind of
Wild.
wild.
Okay, that's pretty
Like,
cool.
but everybody, a gi makes you better. Okay, cool. It can be gi's fun, but
You be doing
why
it
are we
naked?
wearing 16th century Japanese clothing? Doing a sport
that's pretty cool, though.
Well, think about it. We're wearing 16th century Japanese clothing, doing a sport that is called Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Wasn't it the best? It's like a hodgepodge. It's like a
Yeah,
sushi
because
donut or whatever.
somebody-
It's like,
somebody
there's,
brought-
there's a lot of things happening.
You might know the names better, but I used to know the name. Brought judo from Japan to Brazil and taught one of the Gracies, and then they developed Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So whereas judo is a lot of throws, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu still has that. Some people I feel like don't even train it. but it focused more on the ground work and got better at the ground, where judo's more kind of throws and
Gotcha.
up top.
Noted. I memorized everything you just said, so I will take that into
quiz
the.
later.
I'll take that into the cage with me, man, for sure.
Oh yeah, we're getting you a fight. We're hitting.
So what do you guys do when you're not in the gym?
I work,
do podcast.
do podcasts.
Nice. What inspired you guys to do this? It's very interesting. I mean, I know why I would want to do one, but
Yeah, what? You kind of talked me into it.
Well, I had this office space and I had a business partner, and then my business partner was leaving. I was like, well, I had somebody else I've recorded a couple podcasts with that were never released, and we were paying someone to do it, and I was like, why don't I just set it up myself? That way I can use this for real estate, or I can use it for whatever else. So I have my office here, and let me just use the rest of the additional space to start a podcast, and then I can record whenever I want.
right.
So that's how it started, and then I asked Eric to come by and help me test this stuff out. So we recorded once, and Eric's like, oh, well, that was cool. So then that's how this podcast kind of grew out of it. We'll probably end up having some other different stuff, different topics.
I guess my
else.
point is, like, do you guys feel like you guys got something to say, or do you feel like you kind of want to?
I got something to say,
use this for clout. Like,
but
what's the main?
Eric
think
just
this
has
is
fun.
Yeah, I just think this is fun.
Yeah.
I like conversation. I like to
Like
meet new
archery.
people and learn about new people and get to know it.
I mean, I have a lot to
shoot my
say.
arrow.
I have a lot to say, but these conversations have been banned since the Shekinah episode by Eric, who was made to feel very uncomfortable.
Well, that was
just
that was
don't
insane.
Get politics. I don't understand it. And
I mean,
also,
I feel like we're gaslighting him a little bit. That was
Why are we
insane.
gaslighting Eric?
That was just insane. I mean, I don't know.
It was.
That was an insane. I was behind the scenes. I don't know if it was just.
there was a
crazy.
moment in the middle of the podcast where me and Sammy locked eyes and he went,
But I was in love. I was for content. It was content for sure.
It was great
That was
content.
content.
Because it was just unbelievable human being. It was just
Yeah, it was good.
a tear in the space time continuum.
I
But okay, so you're
Politics
doing
is not
you're
my
doing
thing.
podcasts. You're going to work. You're selling homes.
Yeah.
You're being awesome. All right. What about you, Eric? When you're not fighting, waking up at 5 a.m.
Well, yeah, I wake up 5:45, go to the gym.
That's
Go
awesome,
home,
by the way.
eat.
That's just so commendable and something I wish I had the discipline for.
It's just you just gotta make it a routine. Once you do it, you just gotta kind of keep it up.
Like I feel like when I shower, I'm like, dude, I freaking won, man. That's a win today.
Seems like-
And you're like, oh yeah, I got to the gym before work. That's like blowing my mind that a human being has that
and then
much
think about this
impulse
sometimes.
control.
Some days I go to the gym after work,
Little double, little McDouble during the day, man.
but I train. I play a couple video games. I watch some. Like I'm kind of into anime. I watch
I'm
some
super into
animes.
anime. I don't say that a lot because people have the same face that Eddie does.
Eddie hates anime. I love it. What's your top three?
I almost said Jujutsu Kaisen when he said
Love Jujutsu Kaisen. That's such a good one.
Again,
That's
we
like
don't have to
Bleach
bring it
but
up.
good. No, you gotta give me your top three
That's
now.
a great take. Bleach, but good. Ooh, Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter definitely my top 5.
And I got this is the last time we'll talk about it, and then
Yeah,
no
then
one will
we'll leave it,
know that Sammy likes anime in the world. And this is a tough. Three is tough. I'm gonna go with classic Naruto, man.
Okay.
Classic Naruto, non Shippuden.
Oh, just the original.
Yeah,
I love the original as a kid.
You know what I
I gotta
love?
say,
Jiraiya's my favorite character, so it's like cool.
Jiraiya's the man.
I like Hey Arnold. That's cool.
Harold's
Dude. Okay. So
Arnold's great.
It's a great anime, right?
big point of my life and something I'm super into. Like I was saying, I'm into entertainment, and if I could choose a North Star of like the thing I could do forever is to be a voice actor. Okay, so the voice for cartoons. I'm consumed with animation culture. That's a big point of my life. That's one of my core memories. If you ever seen Inside Out, another reference to animation culture. But Hey Arnold. Oh my gosh! What a
the greatest.
great reference. There's so many great things that I could bring up about Hey Arnold.
Great
First
show.
off, the oldest actor is 12 years old in Hey,
really?
in Hey Arnold.
Oh, really?
Right? So if you ever see Helga give these amazing monologues of how much she loves Arnold, just
was
look
a
it up.
12-year-old?
It's just a 12-year-old girl that's just popping off in like 1998, in a small, sweaty, before cartoons even exist. And she's just reading a script and popping off, man. And it's insane to do that, let alone the theme song for Arnold or the
Here we
themes.
go. Here we go.
It just goes insane. Arnold! It goes insane. Hey Arnold, what a great reference. Huge fan. That's a great 90s cartoon.
Stoop kids afraid to
Leave a stoop. Yeah, man.
Then Stoop Kid left that stoop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jumped off that stoop, and then everyone was like, oh.
Hey Arnold's a bit after my time, but when I went to this whole arc of like I need to know the history of animation. That I kind of re-encompassed
After your
it.
time.
Yes, I'm born in '99.
Oh, really?
So I was.
So we're old then, because I'm like, Hey Arnold's like,
Well, Hey Arnold's your time.
okay.
Harold was like our kids' cartoons.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And as you guys were headed out, I was coming.
So,
Right. So SpongeBob's one that we all
yeah. we
align
all
on.
come. What about,
I chart as the best cartoon of all time, but
what?
SpongeBob,
Okay. What about do you remember this Cartoon Network one, The Grim Adventures of Billy
of
and Mandy?
course, that's a great one.
That
Why
was my
is
favorite when I was a kid?
I don't know if I've really watched that.
that's
It
a
was
great?
The Grim Reaper and like two kids.
Oh, yeah,
and
I never
one was
liked
like
that.
an evil
Yeah.
little blonde girl in a dress, and one was like the dumbest kid ever.
yeah,
I never really
Greg
liked that.
Delisle, who's the voice of Mandy.
It was a Cartoon Network one?
Yeah.
What was it? You ever notice that like all of Cartoon Network
Yep.
was very dark?
Yes.
I didn't really like many of Cartoon
Courage,
Network.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage-
I never liked that.
Dude.
Like it creeped me out.
Billy.
No, the only episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog that ever physically made me like uncomfortable, even till this day watching it, the guy who shaves him.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
They got
I'm
some-
gonna be it not.
Yes.
He does that giant grin. Dude,
Oh, it's super crazy.
chills just thinking about it. I don't know why.
But Eddie has a
about that
great
episode killed me.
point. That,
I'm interested in seeing studies. I'm sorry. I'm interested in seeing like a study on kids that exclusively watched Disney, kids that exclusively watched Nickelodeon,
Oh, Lord.
kids that exclusively
watched
watched
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon
Do you
Network.
think there was kids who exclusively did that though?
Oh yeah.
we could create those kids.
No.
You know, this is a 20-year expedition.
We have science.
We give birth to
No,
children.
but there was, because I'm a kid that like, okay, I was mainly a Nickelodeon kid.
Yeah, but did you not watch Cartoon Network shows?
I did, but they were like, but still.
Now you're not a mainly Nickelodeon kid.
Okay.
You're not an only Nickelodeon
Okay,
kid.
well maybe there's. Well, I'm sure there are.
So you're thinking that there's a Cartoon Network version of Eddie that's like dark and man, the world's out to get me.
It's Eddie with like that hair in front of his eye, like Fall Out Boy. He's like,
And then
you
the-
don't know me, Bob. It's not
MMA
face."
is too
And then
weird
the-
for me.
So a kid that watches 80 or 85% Cartoon Network, one that watches 85% Disney, one that watches 85% Nickelodeon. Give me your perspective of each one. Who is
So wait, can we do this as versions of Eddie? Because that makes it more fun. For
okay?
me.
Let's
Definitely.
do it.
Okay, so the Cartoon Network Eddie is definitely the one with like the hair in his eyes. Like, Mom, this isn't the phase. This is who I am. Disney Eddie is like married with 3 kids. Is at
I
is
find
at
Disney Eddie close to
amusement
real
park,
Eddie.
And he's at an amusement park with like the backpack on, but it's like the little kid's backpack, and he's like, "Let's go, kids!" And like he's more excited than the kids to be there. And then Nickelodeon Eddie is what we got now.
See, I disagree. I think
Nickelodeon Eddie.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm
disagree.
Nickelodeon
just said
Eddie,
you
but
were
I kind of
Nickelodeon Eddie.
want to be Disney Eddie. Like that, I strive to be Disney Eddie one
Right.
day. You know.
So you want to be super psyched to be at like Disney World?
You know,
More
Cartoon
than your kids.
Network kids. So Cartoon Network kids were like super traumatized. Nickelodeon
that's
kids.
just not true though.
Yeah, that's not true.
This is my
Your take.
This is
Okay,
my-
gotcha.
this
This
is
is
my
the
take.
world.
Sorry.
They're,
The
they're
hypothesis.
super traumatized, and they started smoking cigarettes at 9.
Classic.
Okay.
As we all do.
Nickelodeon kids are kids that have a positive outlook, but have a little bit of trauma and a little bit of messed up stuff with their family.
That's not a bad take.
Okay.
Disney Channel kids
They're the
are
bubble.
trust fund kids.
Yes. Dude, if you watched That's So Raven, you have a trust
I mean, I
fund.
watch that too. Like that's
If you watch Drake and Josh, you have somewhat trauma now.
Yeah.
No, I just feel like Nickelodeon was very like it seemed like it captured the time period and
Of course.
people.
It's a Nickelodeon in this era that we're talking about transfixed how everybody will consume culture and how everyone had in
like
the past.
think about it. So
You know, they're basically the early mover of memes. If you scroll on Twitter, it's hard pressed not to find a SpongeBob meme.
Yeah.
In 5 scroll, like
So
it's
let's
imperative.
think about the shows, okay? Because you had Rocket Power, so that
Okay,
was like
we're taking this is early. This is the second era,
Pre-Sammy.
right?
okay.
So the first era is Rugrats.
I remember Rugrats.
Rugrats,
It's
yes.
got Ren and Stimpy,
Ren and Stimpy,
Angry Beavers.
Angry Beavers.
So then we're taking the next step, right? Then
So
SpongeBob
that, like
comes
I
along.
watched cartoons then, but I think like
You remember
probably
the ones later, probably. But
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're in here. So you're
Hey
Rocket Power,
Arnold,
Hey
Rocket
Arnold.
Power, Wild Thornberries.
Great.
Dude,
Love Wild Thornberries.
That one kid
I
was
love the one episode where like the volcanoes explode on the island.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys had some cartoons in your blood growing up. It was a huge. It completely changed how I talk to people.
This conversation
who I am.
makes me want to like eat some cereal and watch some Cartoon Network.
Why is it always though when you want to watch cartoons, you want to eat cereal?
Oh yeah,
Like
The
Lucky
nostalgia.
Charms and just like shovel it into your mouth.
Yes.
What? So you got some. You named some of your big Nick kids. So you had those. What about you? What are some that you loved
I
growing
kind
up?
of jumped around between the
Right.
channels, but I really like the Grim Adventures of Billy
that
Mandy.
was
Always
my-
sticks with me. That was one of my favorites. For
That
sure.
one with comedy wise is really up there. It's great writing, and the guy's Jamaican. Why is the Grim Reaper Jamaican?
That's the one question. Why did Billy sit on an egg and hatch a giant spider?
Yes.
That was the best son you could ever have.
Yeah, that was awesome. Okay,
And
so you
then,
got Grim Adventures of
That's
Mandy.
Billy Mandy, man. I remember Invader Zim. I loved.
Wow, that's the same voice actor, Richard
I know.
Horvitz.
I don't.
Yep.
Supposedly, I looked this up at one point. There's like a couple cartoons I watched as a kid.
And he's
All
in
the
Angry
same
Beavers.
voice
He's one of the
actor.
Beavers.
I liked Angry Beavers, but it wasn't around my time where I really watched cartoons a lot. Oh man, I'm trying to think of some other ones. See, I was also into like the after school time getting home when
Right,
they did
so
like
Teen
the Toonami
Titans,
block.
Teen Titans.
Teen Titans. I have the whole series at my house.
Nice.
The Batman, the TV show.
Yes. Yes.
Tim Burton one.
What was that on though? That was
was
like
on TN.
the 45.
That
was on
54.
Cartoon
I'm thinking of cartoons I watched still as a kid,
Okay.
and I'm struggling
Because
here.
there also was the other channel.
Throwback
channel
54. Let's go.
I think mine was
55 was Nick, and I think 54 was Nick.
Well, no, like it was.
Nicktoons.
No.
At least in my.
There was another. It was Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers had their
because
Saturday
it
morning.
wasn't
Boomerang.
only- It wasn't. Yeah, that was another one. But it wasn't exclusively that channel because they would show like regular shows and all. But there was a couple like shows that would come on 54. I think the Yu-Gi-Oh show came on 54.
You're blowing my mind. I think I've cracked it. I think we're talking about 4Kids.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That had
that's what
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm
That had Digimon.
Wasn't the Kids WB and then
That
it
had-
became 4Kids?
Yes.
'Cause
Yes.
Kids WB
and then
for a
Jet
long time.
X. There was Jet X too. Those are some
Yeah.
many ones. We're going deep in the weeds
So-
here.
I'm just gonna say though, if you guys have not watched the original Teen Titans TV show, just watch it.
You see,
it's so good.
I for give and takes, I disagree for sure. It's something that lives way better, in the past. Like I don't know, some people. I'm trying to think of a good example. Maybe someone says the first Iron Man is I got a great one. Cars, the Pixar movie. It's owned other people.
Weird that they skipped Cars 3 though.
I love that movie, right? People because when they watched it as a kid, it was kind of awesome. And you watch it now, it's like probably one of the worst movies that ever existed ever, in my opinion. It's a
well, that
horrible
would've-
film.
What year did that come out? Because I think
2006. Cars. came
Okay,
out
we were
2006.
already in high school listening to G Unit.
Unit. But I had the same take on Teen Titans. Teen Titans is a lot better when you're a kid.
We weren't watching
You rewatch
Cars.
it. I'm not a huge fan.
I rewatched it. I enjoyed it.
Really?
It's like maybe it was my childhood nostalgia taking over.
That's what I think.
Because I do get those.
So
feelings
I really
sometimes.
want to analyze the channels and like this is a deep interest
No,
to
I think
me.
you hit it.
But think about it though. Like you said, you touched on something. Nickelodeon formed the culture of today. Because think about the shows that were shown on Nickelodeon. They were I feel like Disney. It was very
Cookie cutter. Nickelodeon.
It
Wasn't too
showed-
sweet.
Nickelodeon would show other things, like it was showing the kids that were skating and stuff with rocket power. It showed the kids exploring with wild thornberries. It showed.
It took some left turns. It took some risks.
It showed inner city kids with Hey Arnold, where what did you get from Disney? You had a lot of
You had Hilary Duff and Lizzie McGuire.
Yes.
even
That's So
Stevens.
Ravens. Even Stevens was a great one.
I loved Even Stevens.
Yeah, but like it was very. Those shows were very like.
They just took the Seinfeld's
They were just kind of like
approach
Yeah,
to
they're
kids
just
television.
Blop, you know what I mean? But they were great, not taking nothing from them. And then you had whoever wrote the Cartoon Network stuff was like a horror movie director. They were very dark. It was different, and the themes of them. The thing I've always noticed.
Flapjack too.
The thing I've always noticed with Cartoon Network was it was like. My name being Eddie, I always like Ed and Eddie. People make fun. I'd like the show because they would
show.
start off with this great idea, but it would never like develop, and it would
devolve.
always fall apart. That wouldn't have flown on the other networks,
That is
seems
very interesting.
That seems to be a lot with the Cartoon Network shows. Is they were very like dysfunctional, more
Dystopia.
so. Dystopia,
Dystopian, yeah.
dysfunctional. Whereas if you had a group of kids, they came up with an idea and started a business or whatever, like the gumball business, on Disney Channel or Nickelodeon, it would have had more success. It probably would have had ultimate success, and they just would have, we started a business on Disney. I don't know how they would have done it in Nickelodeon. They probably would have had it, and then it probably would have transitioned into something else or something like that.
Have you ever heard of the theory that, like, on Ed and Eddie, all the characters are either, like, it's... like, have you ever heard these cartoon theories where it's, like, what the cartoon's really about, but, like, no one's ever going to say, like... But, like, Ed and Eddie are supposed to be, like, it's either, like, they all are representing, like, a sin, like, Eddie's greed, like, Ed is gluttony, and, like,
classic.
Double D was something else, and, like, and then Jimmy was, like, what he represented... They all represented something.
Yeah, like people say that. People say that.
But I feel like they do that for everything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They do it about everything. But like, I love listening to it and reading it because like some of these people make such good arguments that you're like, yo, this.
I love watching the fan theories.
Fan theories are some of my favorites.
So you want to hear something? When I wasn't even in school yet. So when I was a little kid, Rugrats allegedly. My mom took me to the school with my sisters, and one of the teachers was trying to, say like, "Oh, you're so cute" or whatever, and I was like, "Don't look at me, I got boogies on my face." Apparently, I got that from Rugrats.
Yeah, definitely.
Was that from Rugrats?
Yeah, that's from
I think there was a thing about that. Yeah.
So years later, my mom's a travel agent, so she was trying to set up, and this later on got set up. They stole her idea, I feel. She wanted to set up a Nickelodeon cruise to where Nickelodeon would, do their whole thing and all. And she talked with the executives, and she told them that story, and she thought it was funny. And they were like, "Oh my God, like, we're so sorry, we've heard that." And by other people, and like they're like, dude, they regretted that ever happened. So interesting story.
Yeah, I find that people don't know how much impact they had, at least in those cartoons, and even in my generation, which is the one right before you guys. So it was even more.
Back to impact. What is the impact of the different shows on the kids that watched them?
I don't know the impact, but man, it's a travesty that we have not mentioned Danny Phantom.
That's my generation
on Nickelodeon shows. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Danny Phantom was fire.
I was done.
That was like one of those ones. I was like past cartoons, but if I saw it on, I'd like sit there and be like, okay, I'll watch this.
Gas.
And I'd sit there and just watch it. I'd be like,
there's a few things to mention about some cartoons that can do something better than others. For example, Ed and Eddie, same thing with Spongebob. It's the characters that are just kind of so amazing and so hilarious that it actually takes. It's really difficult. It's really difficult to write good stories with those characters because you don't have an amazing plot to hard carry or amazing story or amazing premise like in a theme song, right? That tells you this is the premise. For example, Rugrats, like, okay, they're babies. That's never been said before. That's kind of awesome.
And what's the theory with that one? That Angelica...
they're all, like, Angelica's, like, a girl with no friends, and, like, Susie's the cool girl in our class, and, like, all, like...
Do you follow
Phil and Lil...
No, I don't.
One baby was, like,
but I've heard of these before.
Like, there's, like, Chucky died in...
I guess the point I was saying was Danny Phantom's story is just so stinking cool that it's hard to make it bad.
Mm-hmm. I also about going back to Ed and Eddie. I love the idea of the...
show.
What was it, the Cranker Sisters? The Cranker Sisters?
Yeah, the Cranker Sisters.
That how the crush on them, they're all like, they'd all be like, no, they're here, and like run away. Like that was so entertaining as a kid. So I feel like every time you thought about like a cartoon, whenever a girl came around, it was always the main character was like, oh, ooga, like the hearts coming out of their eyes.
Definitely.
And they had like the polar opposite where they're like, get away from us.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah. The cooties are still real. Yeah, I love a big fan of Ed and Eddie and the voice cast too, which is again kind of a big thing for me. But half the voice cast, Ed and Eddie was a broke show that has $0, zero money.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they could only hire like 6 voice actors. They only had like 6. So basically, it's 6 people doing all the voices.
Is that why they're
the girls?
They were very like. Now that you think about it,
the voices
they cut a lot of corners
a little bit for a little.
Yep, definitely. So a lot of the girls do a lot of the dudes. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the Cranker Sisters do. One does Kevin, one does Jimmy, one does Susie. One does Plank. One does one of those guys for sure.
Oh, Jimmy, his name. Oh, no,
Johnny.
I think, right? With Plank.
Yes.
And they used to always play on Cartoon
But
Network.
my favorite character in Ed and Eddie is Rolf. who's the
Oh
guy
my
with the
God.
blue hair,
Yeah, he was like,
who's
I'm the son of a shepherd.
racially ambiguous.
yeah.
Oh, my name's Ralph. You know, and he does the whole
son
thing.
of a shepherd.
He
Like,
has
jumping
this
into all the
this
craziness.
amazing way of having an accent that's not offensive because it's nowhere. It's nowhere. Like the accent
They
isn't
never,
real.
Like, they never like determine
And
anything about it.
that is impossibly difficult to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can imagine you put in some from your face. You're like, make an accent that's not offensive. You know, that's from nowhere. And then it's like, oh, don't you think? You know, and it creates this crazy spiral of a human being that just says random words and has this strange way to talk. That's just had to be creatively done by somebody. And then we just think, oh, that was there. That's already existed. But creatively, this guy had to freaking sweat his balls off to make something like that.
Yeah.
I never even thought about it.
Super difficult. Super
I
difficult.
completely forgot about Rolf. He was one of the best characters because like he would just beat the crap out of Ed and Eddie.
Right,
Like
definitely.
and like
Just
anytime they
wring
mess
their
with
neck.
stuff, he would just you just see like pick
Classic
up all of them and throw them
slapstick.
across the wall.
Very Tom and Jerry-esque, for
Yes.
sure.
So of the adult cartoons like the Simpsons,
Ooh, this is interesting. Yeah.
Simpsons,
Family
Guy,
Guy.
South Park.
South Park, yeah.
What do you got? King of the Hill.
King of
The
you
Hill,
can put
the
in, yeah.
Greg Daniels, yeah.
What else would you put in there?
I mean, there's Robot
American Dad.
Chicken, American Dad.
Robot Chicken was great. American Dad's kind of a spin-off of Family Guy though, right?
Futurama.
What's your favorite
Futurama.
one?
No, yeah, you got to put Futurama on there.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm not the biggest fan of American adult television cartoons.
Oh, really?
Because they're not continuous.
Boondocks.
Oh, shoot, I love the Boondocks.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of one that sits in there. They all live crude. That's my
Yeah.
point. They kind of all live crude. I mean, it's kind of hard to say that The Simpsons isn't the most iconic thing that ever existed, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not.
I
That's
love
what I'm
The
not
Simpsons,
saying.
yeah.
Seeing that's in Homer's comedy, it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
And just such trend setting. So Simpsons, same thing with South Park. Like South Park, what they're freaking doing is they invented this crude comedy genre.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and the first season, I don't know if you guys watched the first season, but it's
horrible.
It's on construction paper.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
the guys are doing
they
it.
do.
I
in
tried
their-
to. At one point,
know?
I was like, I'm gonna watch all the South Park episodes, and I'm sure you have. But I was like, I could not get past that first
And the
season.
guys who made South Park, which is a huge reason why I watched it, because I knew it was super crude, and I'm a pretty wholesome guy. I like a kind of the way to describe it's like an ocean, something an ant and an elephant can live in. So I like my content like that, you know, so it doesn't draw the lines. And so I wasn't the biggest fan of South Park. And then the people who made South Park, I can't remember the names. Both of them went to Juilliard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so both of them are musicians by trade. But clearly, as you can imagine, you hanging around with musicians all day, they're just like, cello, you know, like, I imagine that it's not their crowd. And these guys found each other, you know, these guys who make poop and fart jokes and the most offensive things, say the most degenerate things when the door's closed. And they're like, dude, let's make some. They're so used to this high production value. So they made a Broadway musical, I don't know if you know, called Book of Mormon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Dum
that-
dum dum dum.
Right. That's made by the people who made South Park.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's super high quality when you think of it and the ingenuity that it takes to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Similar to Dude Perfect, you know, it's just like these people are taking an idea that they came up with, and like the first video is horrible and bad, and they're like, dude, this is the best thing we've ever made in our life, and they're so proud of it. And so they're only doubling down, tripling down on all the bets on that blackjack hand of their idea. So that's a big take. I love South Park as in terms of what it is. But all that being said, I'm still not the biggest fan of it because it's not continuous. In my point, like almost like Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad or these shows that have this high. You really need a big brain to watch these shows because you have to watch the last episode to watch the
this
next
one.
episode, right? But generally, cartoons don't have that. You can kill Kenny in one episode, and the next
And then he's
episode
back the next
he's
one.
back to life. And so, what really does that is Japanese animation television, anime. All of them. Basically, all of them are continuous.
Okay.
You had to watch the next episode to watch the next episode, watch the next episode, which is all real life shows, right? But animation kind of doesn't do that.
Yeah.
And so that was my big when an animation show does do that, it's freaking amazing. So like Avatar: The Last Airbender, for example,
Great one.
is a great example because it just stands out as one that's like, oh, because
So why
you
does
watched the
I
last
don't know
episode.
if you know better than me, but the comedy cartoon shows, you don't see any of them that, like you said, are continuous.
Right, continuity.
I guess because I don't know, but like you kind
Family
of.
Guy has a couple episodes, right? When like Stewie killed Lois, is that multiple?
Dude.
Yeah, but there's
No.
multiple
It's like one or two.
episodes.
And there's
but
episodes
it's
where
like-
Peter dies.
Yeah,
There's
no,
Peter
they just do anything.
Yeah,
There's
but
no rules.
it's not.
But why can you not have a comedy show?
You ready for this? That's
Yeah.
continuous. Well, you can, for sure. It's a lot of sitcoms modernly do it now. It's way easier at the very end of the day. Way easier to write a show that you just need to write an episode, and then Joe Schmo can write the next episode.
That's what I was thinking, because all
Billy
three of
Bobby-
us can write it, and then, hey,
Right.
help me fill in this.
And you can do 40 seasons.
Okay.
You can't do 40 seasons of a
continuous story.
You have to have 40 seasons when you pitch it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, wait, wasn't Futurama pretty?
Oh yeah, so Futurama does take those steps when they have enough money, you know, and when it's unlike like the first 3 seasons of Futurama, if you watch, aren't like that. They're very much Family Guy. They're very much it doesn't really matter what happens. But once it becomes successful, it can then take those steps, and some of that happens in The Simpsons. That's Matt Groening, the guy who made The Simpsons, also made Futurama. So he learned some of those steps, and he does take them, but it's just way easier to do it as like those one day. It can stop any time. It can be pulled the plug, you know.
Yeah.
The series can be like, this ain't funny. The 60-year-olds aren't watching anymore, you know, and pull it, and your whole life creative thing is out the drain. So to hedge all bets,
and like a lot of it, like Family Guy and all that, they're playing off of whatever's actually going on,
Definitely.
in the world, like Family Guy,
Right.
Simpsons, stuff like that.
Peter Griffin got in a fight with Donald Trump.
right, classic. But as Avatar was pitched, which was a show on Nickelodeon,
Have you watched Avatar?
it's pretty cool.
It's really cool
And
show.
it's pitched in 3 seasons. And the 3 seasons are pretty much the coolest 3 seasons of any show I've ever seen in my life.
Amazing
And
show.
it's because it's pitched in those ways so that you can see something that happened in season 1 and then it comes to fruition in season 3. And it's
Okay.
like, bro, that is blowing my mind. Like, I was planted that seed in my brain to then have a bookend, and then you're done and you close it, and that's great. It's awesome. But these cartoons are living too long, man. You got to kill the horse, put it back in the barn.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't stop just because it makes money and they can fund the next episode.
Yeah.
And it just needs to end.
That's
It
like
needs to stop.
what Family Guy has now. They used to have the little cutoffs, and now I saw that now they have. They've just gotten ridiculous with how many times they
Definitely.
do little cutoffs.
They cut off a lot.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think I saw what was it, like 40 times in an episode or
Same
something.
thing with SNL. You know?
Yeah.
SNL has that same fever. It's going to the same routine, same thing all the time. And
Yeah.
Man, you just got to shake it up and wipe the Etch-a-Sketch clean and do something new.
Yeah, yeah. So on the topic of you training, man,
Yes.
we talked about this before. We're
I'm
gonna
super nervous, by the way.
we're gonna bring you in the gym.
And everything in my body says, like, don't do it. Like, I'm the kind of guy who watches the bags at,
This
like,
is all gonna
an
be-
amusement park. Like, I don't go on roller coasters.
If the
I
people
don't do anything
wish
like this.
right now, give us a comment. If the people wish, we are going to bring Sammy, and we also call you Logic or
Knowledge.
Please choose his name as well, because you'll be seeing more of Sammy here.
My rapper name's Little French Toast.
Little French Toast.
That's
Can you give
classic.
us a rap? You can.
Oh yeah, I can freestyle for sure.
Oof.
But I mean, I don't have the beat.
It's Sway in the morning.
It is. I could do some sway in the morning. That's where my background comes from.
So we're gonna bring Sammy into the
love Little
gym,
French Toast, though.
and we're gonna teach him some stuff, and then at the end of the day, he's gonna have a
Spit some
little
bars.
competition.
Oh, yeah, no,
With
yeah.
somebody.
Yes,
We have train and then rap.
right.
And
I
then-
would love to fight someone.
Oh,
for
he gets to
real.
walk out with a microphone rapping
Yes,
like Adrian
definitely.
Broner.
Definitely. I'd love to turn the tide on you guys, make you guys just as uncomfortable as I was.
How could we
and
do that?
Something, I don't know, do stand up.
I'll just stand up.
People say they'll do it, man.
I'll do
I'll
sit
do it.
down.
It is, doing stand up is
think it's gotta
probably
be
one of the
super nerve-wracking.
hardest things a human being could ever do.
Okay,
Because
I'll do it.
Once you say something that you say, this is funny, your turn.
And they don't laugh.
And you're done. Leave, you'll quit. Dude, it is all your fears put into one. And you just have to have, go again, that mentality. And if you don't have any steam, you just have to bite the bullet for 5 minutes
Okay.
and vomit.
You do jujitsu. Me and Eric have to do stand up.
Can I sit down while I do it?
Definitely.
Yeah, you can sit
Definitely.
down.
I just want to do
You just
stand-up.
go in there
You
and
could do
sit
another
in
form
and
of
stop.
comedy too. I will allow improv, like Whose Line is it anyway, kind of stuff.
I do love Whose Lines Anyway.
That was
No, he
that's
can't do something that he loves. He's got to do something that he hates.
I've never done it. I just love
We're
the
gonna
show.
do this. These are good little extra videos for us, and comment if you like it.
we'll figure out something that you guys aren't good
Comedy.
at.
I think what we should have to do is, at the end of an episode, we have to freestyle for a minute.
That I could teach you how to do that.
All right, can we get a freestyle?
Yeah, well, I don't have a beat. Maybe I can
Alright.
get my phone or I can put something. We're not clapping. This isn't a gospel church, man.
Sir, we have technology.
Oh yes, Yes.
Come on, Sammy.
Eddie, you're not even beat man.
You did not see what I did.
That was good though. That was a good joke. But it's like this. This is how I'll say freestyle. Almost comedy in general, at least improv. It's like a magic trick.
Yeah.
Have you guys done magic before?
No.
No. Have you had? Okay, so like I said, I was into entertainment my whole life. So I had these phases. I want to be a singer. I want to be a dancer. It was just like circus life. So I'm just a C- at everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so magic is super cool when you're watching something. You're watching Penn and Teller Fool Us, or you're watching this show on YouTube, and you're watching something and you're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. But immediately when you look behind the curtain, it's so lame.
Oh, yeah.
It's so lame. It's dumb. It's so lame. And that's how I feel about freestyle. Freestyle is a skill. You just have to learn how to hide your thumb and move it, and you just have to learn one of those things, and it's not as exciting as when it comes out. It's like, holy crap, you just did that on the fly. That's insane.
All right, we need a Rhino and the Dude freestyle.
That would be crazy.
Should we do a rap battle one day?
Oh my
Like
gosh,
Yo Mama
that would
battle?
be insane.
I mean, we could try.
The rap battle.
I'm down for whatever.
You can bring some written.
ready?
I haven't played it yet, but
Try it.
there's this one with all the SpongeBob characters where it looks like they've been smoking.
Are they smoking weed? That's how you know the beat
Royalty
is
free.
insanely.
Royalty free.
Oh yeah. This
Good
all
to go.
stuff is super free. Have you guys seen Harry Mack and the guy freestyle?
No.
Harry Mack?
No.
Really?
All right, just you play it and just hold it up to the mic.
Hold on, sorry.
Is it a classic ad?
We're
Yeah.
giving a.
They're doubling me.
Are we going to do this like
They're doubling me.
actually
cool.
that I'm telling you, seeing two ads on
YouTube,
YouTube
stop the
is
double ads.
The worst.
Double ads where you can't skip is just mean.
Here we go.
We'll put it in my mic so that it's the same volume. Ciencia, Angel La Ciencia, he's pretty good.
Rhino and the Dude podcast freestyle. Here we go.
Okay, so when you see this on Sway in the Morning, people say it's a freestyle, but it's not. It's just a written that they say, and they just lie.
Yeah,
but I'm going to
do that
prove to you
pretend.
that it's a freestyle because I want you guys to give me words, and then I'm going to incorporate the words as I rap.
Rhino and the Dude.
Oh.
Rhino and the Dude. Okay, Rhino and the Dude. Okay. Yeah. That's Little French. That's egg bread. Here we go, Little French. Here we dude. Here we go.
Get yoked up.
You know I'm spitting. You know I'm the rap machine. You know I got wallet. You know I got cash. You know I got green. Yeah. You know I'm not nice. Woo. I got a mean attitude, chilling with my boy Eric and Eddie the Dude. And you know I'm going, and you know this beat is kind of corny, but I'm no Rhino, cause you know I'm not horny, but I'm going and I'm spitting. Oh, I'm going. I'm not kidding. Do you see? Oh my gosh, he's going off the dome when I'm rapping. This here is my home, but you know I don't got money, don't gonna buy a home with your loans. He sells real estate. That's pretty great. That is pretty great. Okay, let me spit. You know how we going. Like I said, I got the green, and you know I got the cash. And when I'm holding mic, you know I'm rocking it. I'm rocking it even on a podcast. And you know how we do. And I spit it. I spit it with ease. And you know I don't do this shit. I don't do it for free. Bomb. Mic drop.
That was good.
That's good.
Thank you.
Oh.
So it's classic, again, C-. I do everything C- in life.
You know, man, I give you a high B.
Nice.
good,
High
man.
B, man.
spot.
Classic 87.
On the
yeah.
spot, you
It's
know?
not
The
easy.
good old 87.
A classic 87. It's not easy for sure. And when people shout out more stuff, it's way easier. And I'm getting better.
So if we
at that.
have a rapper in, can you like rap battle him?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
I got one lined up.
Yeah, Kendrick's coming.
I would be very surprised if they would want to do freestyle.
Oh, really?
Generally, freestyle is something that's like, it's insanely difficult to do.
So 8 Miles.
Unless you know the magic trick. If you know the magic trick, then it's like, okay, that's like, no, it's not. You just reveal the curtain. Which I can reveal now if you want to know the magic trick.
I know that it's like, I know the what is it, the looping, so it's like if you like do any, they come back to the same thing. It's like the I know that the line, if you look at the lines,
you got it.
Boom, boom, boom. It's like if we started
Yes.
reading off
Yes, it's called set up punchline.
Yep.
So you say a word. So if I want to say that,
And then it's gonna rhyme with that word
right.
in
So
the next sentence.
if I think of something clever, okay. So your rap's got me bored like the key. So like keyboard, right? So I just thought of a clever line. Okay, raps got me bored like the key.
I'm out here making money like Carnegie.
Right, but so you say Carnegie is the first one because you think of something stupid that you just say. It's like okay, I'm making money like Carnegie. Your rap's gonna be bored like the key, so it's keyboard.
I'm making money like Carnegie. I don't mess with y'all because your raps got me bored like the key.
Done. Eddie went hard. He had too many few syllables there, but
I mean, that was the first
over.
take, but you know.
yeah, Eddie, you're well on your way.
Your rap career starting.
This is a great beat. Is this the other beat?
We're just hyping up, man. A few more minutes left.
What was that?
That was the timer for the.
Oh,
Is that 5 minutes?
now?
Yeah, I put it until 5
We got
minutes.
5
left.
minutes. Let's try this real quick.
Oh, yeah,
and then we got.
Eddie
final
wants
thoughts.
to try drinks more on the podcast, so I went to the vitamin shop
I'm not looking forward to this.
and found
doesn't look good.
BioSteel. Hey, man, it's got Patrick Mahomes on the cover. He's pretty.
I do love Patty.
Yeah, Patty Mahomes, he deserves some love.
Dude, I gotta tell you something.
BioSteel.
Oh my
What can you
gosh,
tell
this
us
looks
about this?
horrible.
It looks disgusting.
I found the most bright colored package in the store and just said, you know what, man? This is the one we're going with.
BioSteel.
Wow, wait, this might not be
What is
that
it? Sports drink,
bad.
BioSteel, not sugar.
10
It is-
calories. Everything says 0 on the back. Nutrition.
No
fact.
artificial flavors or
Dude,
colors.
guys, come on, it's
no
Rainbow
preservatives.
Twist. Is that good?
I'm open.
I don't-
Good.
I feel like we gotta shake it up because it comes.
What is
whenever
it?
anything comes
What
in
is
one
it?
of these, like,
Is it like hydration? What
Yeah,
is
I
it
think
for?
it's like a Gatorade.
Gatorade.
Okay.
I was thinking like protein
shaking it
drink,
up.
which I wasn't a fan of.
I think that we should shake it up.
Okay, do you want to do a sniff test like fine wine?
Okay,
Oh,
let's
no,
do
we
a
got
sniff
wafted.
test.
We got waft.
Right,
Shake it.
right,
Sorry,
right.
sorry. I didn't take off my cap yet.
Break
You
the
gotta-
seal.
You gotta swirl. Ooh.
Okay, I'm getting hints of
Hints of.
Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, it pretty much just smells like a bag of Jolly Ranchers, to be honest
Yeah,
with
it's
you.
actually
Like-
probably pretty good.
Almost. I feel like a rubber toy. Like
Like,
Yeah.
remember, you guys, this is Rainbow Twist.
I'm
a
smelling a
bouncy
little
ball?
bit of Sharpie.
there's a little bit of that. It's a little bouncy
Some
ball.
markers, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely smell Sharpie. Like not Sharpie, like the scented markers. that you're
Yes,
saying
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
from
Those
your
are
kid.
The fruit
fire.
scented markers, yeah.
Yeah, but why? I don't understand. Who thought that was a good idea?
I did.
Like, but I'm saying
I
like, what
enjoyed it.
adult like was like, oh, let's make scented markers so that way like our kids get used to smelling markers and then they can smell Sharpies. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
You ready to try it?
Man, I was born ready.
Okay.
But I want to smell it one more time. This makes me think of like elementary school lunch.
Yep.
It does kind of give
Like
me
a
some
fruit by the
elementary
foot.
school
Definitely
vibes.
some nostalgia.
Like
Ooh, fruit by the
roll
foot.
up. Yes.
Some nerds.
Yeah. Gushers.
Yeah, I just smelled
Gushers.
it.
More descriptive words.
When you
for
say
the
it,
audience.
are gushers still a thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
my mom
dude,
had 'em at their
Gushers
house.
is insanely close
Hold
to
on.
this smell.
Yes, Gushers is like right in the alley. So I gotta tell you a story about Gushers, but let's try this first.
Let's go.
All right, here
Hey,
we go.
cheers. This one's for Sammy. Come on.
Just one. Money.
Ooh.
That's got you feeling, Sammy. Ooh, it tastes like the runts. What's the candy?
Ooh, mine's.
Yeah,
the
mine
little-
dripped everywhere too. Mine peed as well.
Yeah, I think the bottom of these were a little broken.
No,
Sorry.
this tastes like I can't think of it, but it was a candy from our childhood with the little I can't even think what they're called.
Mike Ikes?
Runts or something like that. You know
I think
what I'm
Runts was a candy.
Or are they kind of like
Runs?
Whoppers and they come in the balls?
talking about? I think
and
they
then
got like a
in a
hippo
row?
or something on them.
I don't remember.
I don't know
one,
what
man.
you're talking
Sorry, I'm losing.
Yeah,
I'm
mine's
losing me
peeing
this one.
everywhere.
So, it tastes like a fruit roll up.
Okay, it's very watery.
Oh yeah, well yeah, watery fruit roll up. Like we took
So if
fruit
we're
roll-up
if we're
and
telling
threw it,
if we're telling the people what it
coconut
tastes
water.
like, I don't think we did a good description of it.
well, then,
But
maybe something.
it's very watery.
It's
It-
good,
It's
though.
it's like Gatorade with ice in it. I feel.
I mean, it's better than Gatorade. It's not like that thickness with Gatorade.
Definitely.
Yeah, especially if you don't
I
have
definitely
Gatorade
rather
for a
have
long
this
time
than
than you have it.
Gatorade. This is definitely better than Gatorade. BioSteel Sports Drink, sponsor us. Send us a check.
We'll take $6.
Is that how
For
much
the
it
three of
was?
us. No. I think the whole pack was like 10 or something like that.
Yikes.
But it was cheaper to buy the 4-pack than it was to buy 3 individual ones.
Well, I appreciate that.
And I originally wanted to get like 3 different flavors, and I was trying 3.
I know what it tastes like.
What?
I know what it tastes like. It tastes like a Kool-Aid jammer.
You're right.
You know
Oh
what I'm
my
saying?
God.
The thing that looks like you
Yes,
type
yes.
the twist stop
The little-
and you put it
the plastic ones
Dude,
were like
it
the
tastes
squeeze bottles.
exactly
Yes!
like that.
Oh, it tastes
with
like
ice in it. With ice in it.
No, when you were a kid, you used to put the both together. You see the red and the blue, and
Yes.
pour them into one cup.
Dude, it
Like,
tastes
yes.
exactly like that.
They need to fix their packaging.
Oh yeah, it's
Like-
peed on all of
Like
us.
it has not.
Yeah.
There's
No,
something
come
with
on.
their packaging
Gotcha.
that is not working.
Okay,
I don't like
as
these
we're
cartons much.
leaving, is there anything you want to ask me before we head out? We have this
Okay,
great intimate
all right,
area.
now we have
that
this
you can-
intimate area.
You can
Let's
learn more about
do-
me.
All right. since all of us have been here and witnessed every one of these first episodes.
Give your highlight of the
Let's
first
give our
episodes.
highlights.
Yeah.
What do you have to say, Eric?
Man, I need to see Steven forever, so getting to see Steve was a highlight for me. I really liked meeting Sean. Meeting everyone I got to meet in the podcast, but I think I gotta say Swayze's tattoo was probably the funniest thing. Like Swayze's tattoo is just staying in my head forever.
Who's the best episode, Swayze?
Actually, I really think the Sean salsa, the sauce.
You think that was their best
sauce.
episode?
I liked that episode the best.
It was very great,
conversation very much.
He's our number one viewed, and I feel like we're gonna beat it with talking about all these. I feel like if we,
Oh my God,
as
the
long as
thumbnail is
everything's
gonna be full of Nickelodeon cartoons.
this one with being all the cartoons, if it's descripted right, this is gonna be our most viewed one. That's what I'm thinking. And plus, we got a celebrity with us.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sean was great. That was a great conversation, especially the starfish.
And like getting
John,
to know about
like,
him as a person was cool
Yeah,
because I never met him before.
Swayze was great.
Sean was the guy who was
last one.
most recent.
Last guy, yeah.
He was awesome.
He's a
Yeah.
cool dude.
Yeah,
He was
Liked him a lot.
So what has your perspective been from behind the scenes?
Well, a lot of it is, not to be that guy, but you guys are definitely new at podcasting, so it's like
Yeah, 100%.
you have to
Suck.
learn how to do it. I'm definitely not saying you suck. You're definitely way better than the average Joe would sit in a chair. But
the hell is that?
It's
It's probably
interesting.
thunder. It's been raining mad crazy here lately.
Putin has invaded.
But it's interesting to see
man,
how you guys
calm
got
down.
better over time. And sometimes you got to really ring out the best of the guest. So
Yeah.
Swayze, if you guys saw a Swayze show, you really don't have to ring the best out of
you don't
him.
have to ring the best of him.
He's just a dog you let loose, and you
Oh,
just
yeah.
hope it comes home.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of the same way where you create the conversation, keep going. Like we were talking about this on the phone earlier, like not the other day, and where it's like sometimes you gotta kind of
And well,
drive the
God.
conversation.
I guess my point is that's also
person
your
engaged.
job. Like
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
job is to drive whoever's sitting in this chair to get the most out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're a little timid person, but they know everything about they just know about the world and animals, you're like, okay, you have to start asking animal questions, whatever it might be. So what I think you guys did a really good job. Who was awesome was I can't remember his name, but he had to make you sit here in
Shelton?
the middle.
Shelton.
Dude,
Shelton, yeah.
he was awesome.
Shelton's
He was
such a funny
he was,
guy.
I think Swayze was the best episode, but Sheldon, he was my favorite, man.
Okay.
Favorite guest.
Wait a minute. Your favorite
cool.
was Steve at first.
Steve is
For a
number
long
3
time.
for sure.
But wait a minute. No, you had Steve was your favorite episode until
was.
Swayze.
Yes.
And then Steve dropped below
Yes.
Shelton, which
Oh, but
happened.
now I'm thinking about Shelton, man. He's talking about his low rider. You know,
yeah.
and
Burgundy love, baby.
yeah, Burgundy Love. Talking about
late night
bare
drives.
knuckle boxing.
Oh, yeah.
Getting pizza with him afterward. My man's is a legend, dude.
Yeah.
He's a legend.
Shout out to Shelton.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say. He's my favorite.
Yeah. And then
What
me.
about you? Who do you like?
I mean, I said I like Swayze. Yeah, it's been a fun little ride.
Yeah, I've had a great time.
And from now on, we're gonna be introducing the Sam Cam, or we
Yeah,
call it
we'll
Logic
try to get
Lab.
some-
We're trying to get
We're
set
trying to figure it out. There's a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're trying to get out behind. What did you do with my mic, man? You set my mic up
You're
wrong.
peeing all over yourself, man.
Yeah, you made me pee on my mic.
Dude, are you lactating?
Gotcha.
I am lactating.
I do have to say something that's just been on my chest, and I just transparently, I feel like I can say it now.
Okay. In front of the world.
Yes, definitely. Are you aware of how similarly this has the Joe Rogan vibe?
Dude.
How it's like cookie cutter MMA guys doing a podcast.
Honestly,
Is it?
I watched the JRE the other day, and I was like, "This is like the best version of what I do right now."
Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm
I
saying.
was watching the old one. I think it was I think he had Justin Gaethje on. I was
Yes,
wa- I was
he gets some
listening while I was
insane
working out.
characters.
I was working out and listening to it because I usually listen to podcasts when I work out, and I was like, "Shit, this is kind of like what
I just need
this
you
is
guys
like
to
the best
understand
version of
the
it."
number one podcast in the world is exactly what you guys are doing.
But I mean, is that a bad thing or a
No,
good thing?
I just want you guys to be aware.
I mean, I understand.
that
And like
a lot of times some dudes are like, "I listen to Joe Rogan. I'm going to start a podcast just like me, bro."
Dude.
And you guys have doubled down in that because you guys are in the MMA world.
And
you
I think
know?
that's like the big common denominator of all. It's like we know a lot of guys who are fighters and we've trained and fought
So
ourselves.
that it kind of
And, like,
makes
kind
us
of-
the Joe Rogan podcast because the MMA thing, I think.
Yeah,
or
right,
or
exactly.
is that why it's the same?
That's exactly what I'm. I mean,
Okay.
you're not talking about MMA, and Joe Rogan rarely talks about MMA, but Joe Rogan, as you know, is from the MMA
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
So
Big
that's
part
just
of it.
kind of you guys just somehow You just started out doing MMA, and then you're like, clearly this means we must start a podcast.
So we're
Hey
just
man, I'm only one person removed from Joe Rogan, so maybe
That
we
is
can
so
get him on the
true.
show.
So true, bestie. I just wanted to let that be said. And
That's so funny. That's so funny, but low key true.
I just need to say it. Sure. Like, I'm aware that I am this crazy off the wall rocker, you know, kind of dude, you know, Kramer, Hispanic Kramer, you know, energy. Like, I get that, and I get the brand I'm putting out. But I had to take years of awareness.
Poor man's the great value JRE.
Definitely.
The Great Value JRE.
Should that be the title of this episode?
I mean, we could reference him.
I'm the Walmart logic, you know, we could say it.
It's knowledge.
Knowledge. That's true.
We could just advertise
That
as
doesn't,
JRE
it doesn't roll off the tongue.
with
the knowledge.
Knowledge. Just knowledge.
JRE with logic.
Classic. You know,
I
I only got
I don't watch them all.
I only got Logic in college, and I
What'd
got
you
them.
get then?
I didn't get it. I didn't get a lot of lookalikes
Okay.
until then. You know, because I
So-
was just so popular and
Where I
famous
grew up-
and had so much money, so it's like no one would compare them to me. That was around 16, but once I decided to go to my era of like be a normal human being and go to college and like put the fame and money aside,
Yeah.
that's kind of why I started getting Logic and compared to people.
We understand. Where I grew up, it was like there's two guys I went to high school with, and the three of us looked like we could be brothers,
Oh wow,
but we weren't.
Who do I
So
look
that's what I
like?
always get.
I see a Ryan
Have you met
Gosling.
that guy Terry
Gosling?
Terry Doodle, the European billionaire?
No,
look just like that guy.
Funny thing. I get you ever like just go around people who aren't used to seeing people that look like you, and they just like literally just say that you look like
You're a random person.
a random famous
generic
person.
race, right, you
So
are.
my friend, he went to Korea. My friend Matt, and we should have him on. He's a really smart guy, Olympic level Taekwondo guy. And he says the Korean guys are just coming up to him, and he's like, "Oh, can I get a picture? You look just like John F. Kennedy."
What?
So when I'm down selling
way, man.
houses in in the city in areas where there's not many white people, every once in a while there'll be somebody that'll be like, "Oh, you look like this person," or when I'm hanging out with my girlfriend's friends and I'm the only white person, I get that too. So recently, my girlfriend's friend said I look like Channing Tatum.
I see that. I definitely see that.
It's like, ooh.
Ooh, you're living up.
I definitely see that.
Good life, dude.
I've gotten Mark Wahlberg.
Okay.
These are all people who look very
Yeah,
similar.
they're similar looking actors. I don't understand it, though.
An old black man in the hood said I looked like Eminem. He's like, you know that man Eminem? You favor him.
I don't
see that.
I'm not in there. Huge
Conor
Eminem fan.
McGregor.
I get that. I see that one more than all the other ones.
Yeah.
You do a pretty good Conor McGregor impression too.
Me and Conor McGregor have the same like
Jawline.
head and jawline.
Yeah.
So there's been times when like I was gonna change up my hairstyle because I would like before I like went to a full fade and everything. I was like, I don't know if I'll look weird with it, but I'd be like, he has the same head as me and he looked okay. So there's literally been times I'd be like, I could probably do that haircut because his head is the
exact
same as
same.
mine, and
The
it
same
like
skull.
it looked okay. It didn't look weird with the shape of his head. So yeah, those are the ones that I've had. I've had some other. I'm trying to think who else I've had, but it'll come. Oh, somebody said I look like John Cena one time.
I also see that.
Well, it's because they couldn't see you. Sorry.
That's
that's
classic.
quick
So I
back.
hope you know when I think of MMA, I think of WWE. So I know that might make you cringe a little bit, but just wanted to air that out. I think of choreographed dance numbers with shirtless men.
Sammy just thinks of like I'm gonna go do some jiu-jitsu. You just see me like, jumping off the wall.
Yeah. Oh,
We're gonna teach him some of that stuff.
epic. Okay.
Actually,
so,
that could be a whole segment. We could teach him an actual jiu-jitsu move and a WWE move, and he has to be like
Which one is
WWE
which?
move or wrestling move,
We just get videos of ourselves doing it, like me and you in the gym, just like doing.
and then
a
have his
move, and then doing a
reaction.
jiu-jitsu move, and he has to figure out which one's which.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so I do got a question as we head out of here. So, in your own personal journeys, you kind of just end up here in this Venn diagram of this room, of this podcast, where the dude and the Rhino meet up, once a week, twice a week, to talk about whatever with whoever. But where do you guys want to be? Like, who do you want to be like? Who do you want to be as successful as? Not maybe with the podcast, because Joe Rogan is a clear North Star for you guys. But
I just want to be Joe.
There's certain guests that I want to eventually
No, but maybe not even the podcast, but in
Just
your
in
own.
gen-
So like,
just
are you
yourself
trying
as
to
a
be
person.
like the real estate tycoon legend, or is like a real estate a stepping stone for you guys to then take that next level to then have enough money to then pursue podcasting full time, to pursue, okay, I'm gonna do this for my community. You know, what's something you guys really wish that happens in the next 30, 40 years that you guys want to be like? If I was successful as blank, I'd be happy.
You know,
Like, you're trying to get a Love It or Listed show? Like, is that what you're trying to
no,
Ooh,
no, no,
Eddie
no,
and
no.
Love It or Listed.
I mean, I'd do it if the opportunity presented itself. I'd do
definitely.
it.
like Swayze. That's how I imagine happening to him, man. The
Yeah.
opportunity just presented itself.
They're just like, you want to do
Yeah.
this? He's like, yeah.
If the opportunity presented itself, yeah, I'd do it. But you know, I want to, you know, I like this, and I think that this has allowed me to show who I am. Outside of just real estate and everything, and kind of like the joking side, I'd also like to have this also maybe have another show to where, you know, more, you know, serious topics, and maybe we have
I love that, like philosophy stuff.
philosophy,
Huge fan of that.
politics, you know, religion, whatever stuff like that.
Joe Rogan gets into a lot of those.
Yeah,
He just wants to be Joe Rogan in real estate.
No,
Joe
no.
Rogan in real estate.
No, but I mean, as far as like future, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I have the things that I'm passionate about that anybody that knows me knows what these things are. So, whether that's running for office in the future or just like
That'd be
being
cool,
a
man.
part of campaigns like I already am and everything.
Dude, nice. Yeah, President of the United States. Easy.
People say it.
Easy.
Dow 2028.
All right.
Wait, you won't be old enough yet.
In 2028, I will
Yeah,
be.
don't you have to be 35?
And by the way, your hat makes me feel like I have like I'm dizzy because
Oh, the
like
three
it's
champion words? It's like red,
it's
white,
like
blue champion.
it makes me feel like I'm dizzy.
I love these dad hats. They're so comfortable.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But maybe a name? You got a person you would want
Like,
to...
yeah, person you want to be like?
Not necessarily.
No. Okay, man.
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Noted. All right. What about you, Eric? Who's someone you'd be like, man, that'd be sad if I was living that life.
I'm kind of like at the point where as long as I can pay my bills,
Okay.
money-wise, I'm cool. If I
Okay.
can pay my bills and have a little money aside, like if my friends want some
Food or...
BioSteel drinks during the podcast, I'm more just into like experiences, like enjoying my life.
Eric is so
Enjoying being
broke
friends
that
with
it stretches him to buy BioSteel for his friends. He just wants to be to the point in life where he can buy BioSteel
I wanna be able to afford
without
a
taking out a
case of
loan.
$10
This
drinks
is
for my
this is
friends.
so interesting to me because I know I can name like 40 people that I'm like, I want to do this. I wish I was this person. Not I wish I was this person, but if I was on that path.
I never really
I'd do that.
aspired to be a different person. Like, yeah, there's different things I want to do, but
That's I
there's
guess that's
so
my
many
point.
things
a
I want to do.
job. Oh, for me, for sure. It's just like a job, or this person is known as this. Money.
I would.
That is
Okay,
amazing.
you want more? Okay, if I had unlimited money, and as I get more money, I could see myself going and getting degrees in things just because I want to be knowledgeable.
Dude,
so I
awesome.
want
Pursuit of knowledge.
yes,
Modern day Socrates.
Renaissance
Aristotle.
man.
Socrates.
Nice. Socrates.
Aristotle.
And-
I think Socrates.
I could see myself, going seminary. Definitely. I'm gonna do that. I could see myself going to law school because I want to know. I want to be a constitutional lawyer deep down. Do I want to represent people? I don't know, but I want to have that knowledge.
Classic. Yeah. Gotcha.
Man, you're thinking about this way deeper than I am.
You're along for the ride. But
just
so
wanna
you say
do
for
things that I enjoy
experience,
and
right? Experiences.
fashion.
Is that travel? Is that food? Is
No,
that
it's-
any of those things?
The thing that I think interests me more, and this is why I really joined the podcast, is just like getting to know the people around me. Because if you think about it, when you walk on the street every day, you don't know what the person who you cross
Completely
by.
agree. When Eddie's like,
going
I don't
through.
have a guy interesting enough, I'm like, anybody's interesting.
That's
for
what-
sure.
I'm saying. And like I'm always interested about learning about people and just learning about experiences and just kind of like, but I'm not a person who can sit there and read a book. So I want to talk to people and understand things and get to do more things. If I really had to pick a person,
What
that
about talk show
like,
host? That's someone who accomplished that.
Yeah. No, man, I want to be Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, dude. Oh, that was a good answer.
But no, I just want to like enjoy my life, and also I just want to train a lot of jiu-jitsu. One of my goals with jiu-jitsu is actually I want to start getting to the point where I'm training police officers
Oh wow,
and like training. I train a few right now, and I want to train like
like a squad.
a lot.
Your
Yeah.
army.
I want to like be like going into Baltimore,
World
and, like
domination.
going in. Not taking anything over. Just like, well, because that's like a big problem in our world right now. It's like if they knew better jiu-jitsu or they had better skills and techniques,
Wow.
they might not have to hit the guy.
Right.
They could drive the guy to the ground, hold him there.
That sounds pretty
exhaust him
That
and pick him up.
sounds pretty awesome, man.
And like, that's like one of my things I want to do on the back burner. It's like work, better my life, and like that's something I'm working towards.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yours, and then I have one question for you.
Yes. Oof. For me, I got a few names.
You can name drop him.
Yeah. Robin Williams, huge inspiration.
My favorite actor of all time.
Yeah. Jack Black,
Great guy.
huge inspiration. Definitely someone in there. And I named those two, but actual number one gotta be Lin-Manuel Miranda. So I don't know if you know, that's the guy who wrote Hamilton.
Okay.
That's the guy who wrote the music for Moana. He wrote the music for Encanto.
Okay.
He wrote another famous Broadway musical. He's just a playwright. He's in House. I don't know if you've ever seen House, the doctor show.
Yeah.
But he just makes a whole bunch of cameos everywhere. He's just awesome. Musical theater dude, super into hip hop. All of his shows are hip hop inspired. So he kind of took the twist on musical theater genre. I love musical theater, and this guy's also Puerto Rican. You know, he's just the classic. So he's got to be the dude. That'd be my North Star for sure. He also freestyled in college a lot too.
Final question: with your expertise,
Yes.
what does the future hold? Little crystal ball,
For
the rhino and the dude,
the Rhino and the Dude. Ooh, great job.
and the Sammy.
Oof. I don't know about my future, but I'm as optimistic as SpongeBob SquarePants. So I'm always hopeful that things work out. What you guys have to definitely keep doing in terms of my social media consultation that's happening currently right now is keep on doing as many episodes as you can. And if you can't do episodes, because I can imagine it's not easy getting somebody to sit in the seat, is focus on the way you distribute those episodes. It's not just upload on YouTube and then like go to bed. It's chop it up in as many pieces as you possibly can. So you take the freestyle segment, you take the one question I just asked and chop it up. So you chop it up into segments and consumable bite-sized pieces. Because it's a big ask to ask your mom to watch all hour and a half of this. But it's not a big ask to make your neighbor, who you only know the first name of, you don't even know the last name, to watch the 30-second clip of me saying Legolas as an archer, you know? So definitely cutting it up, which I know requires more work. But if you want some more traction, making it smaller, consumable bite-sized pieces. But I like you guys, for sure. And as you do more, you'll realize what really can get this person really interacting and what can get you guys really interacting.
Cool.
What's the one question you always ask?
Oh yeah. What?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Kanye or Skeet?
Kanye or Skeet, baby.
Gotta go Skeet.
Oh.
Dude. Really?
Oh, did you hear they might have broke?
They did.
Supposedly they broke up.
Yes. First off, he's
Now he's mad. Now Skeet's gonna be like a tyrant.
Skeet's gonna be like, wait till
You know what
kids start
Skeet's
dating
gonna
someone
do?
else, and that's gonna be
when Skeet's president.
and Kanye versus them.
When Skeet's president, he's gonna take Steve's idea and he's not gonna buy Mexico. He's gonna invade Mexico because he's angry because of Kim Kardashian.
Makes sense. Valid. I love Kanye, and
Political
I actually
theory.
think he could do it. You know, I don't know about win, but I think there's a world where Kanye is at like one of the debates.
Yes.
And that would be cinema, man. You know, doesn't matter what any movie, that is cinema.
Yeah.
But I love Ski. I love Pete Davidson, SNL dude that doesn't fit the SNL world, and I found that him doing that was just something that. I don't know. He took the world by storm, and people love him, and people hate him. So I find he's a very oddball that somehow made it up to the top.
I just don't like him because he interrupted my Frank Mir fight.
Oh, really? How did that?
Oh, he did the commentary for that one Jake Paul boxing event, and they cut the Frank Mir event for him to go talk to Jake Paul in the locker room, and just kind of like talk to him. Right? It was like
They didn't even show it. They were just like him standing there.
yeah, it was the weirdest thing, like the weirdest cut I've ever seen because it was in the middle of a
Oh,
boxing
yeah, that
match.
sounds horrible.
It was horrible. Triller, you suck.
Yeah, Jakey Paul called out KSI too. That was my British accent. I'm not good at this stuff.
All right, we're
We're calling it there.
I think
we gotta go eat some pizza.
Okay.
Are we eating pizza?
I don't know where you're getting pizza from.
All right, we're out of here. Rhino and the dude. He's about to clip the keyboard. This
Everyone,
is the man
take
behind
care,
the
wash
keyboard.
your hair.
Take care, wash your hair. We're out, and we're about to be about.